This is the Planning Board meeting of September 18th, 2024, in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231. Adequate notice of this regular or special meeting tonight. Regular meeting of the Planning Board of the Township of Franklin has been provided. So board members, applicants, professionals, and members of the public, please speak directly into microphones so that our recording secretary can properly process minutes. Applicants and professionals, please fill out the sheet on the table when you have completed your testimony. We're now going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we're going to move to roll call.
Okay. So Jennifer, Robert Thomas, Rebecca Hilbert, Mark Dancy, and Mike all asked to be excused. Sammy just emailed me and said he can't make it. So Councilman Embarson?
Here.
Theodore Chase?
Here.
Robert LaCourte?
Here.
And Mahir Rafiq?
Here.
And Charles Brown?
Here. Thank you. We're now going to move to the minutes, the regular meeting minutes from June 19th, 2024. Who here can vote on that?
Everyone can vote on that.
All right. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Seconded.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Let's move to the regular meeting minutes for July 10th, 2024. Can everyone here vote?
No. Councilman Embarson, Theodore Chase, Mahir Rafiq, and that's it.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and properly second. All in favor that can be in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed that can be opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Let's now move to the resolution. There are no resolutions tonight. Let's next move to discussion. And we have 31 Voorhees LLC regarding PLN 200013, and you're looking for an extension of approval?
Yes, that's correct. Matt Flynn from the law firm of Savo, Schock, Corsini, Warner, Gillespie, Grodnick, and Fisher. It's a long-winded name. On behalf of the applicant is a redeveloper of a number of non-contiguous parcels and received approvals to construct various townhome buildings on a number of block and lots that are referenced in our application form. The resolution was adopted on December 15th, 2021. We are asking for a 2-year extension that would bring us to December 2025. We are in the process of responding to comments and going through resolution compliance, and we also were held up from receiving NJDEP approval for, there was a wetlands verification that we needed. There's various DEP issues that are affecting the site. So there has not been a change in zoning. We're hoping that the board acts favorably on the extension because the application was unanimously approved back in 2021, and we'd be asking for an extension through December 2025.
All right. Any questions from anyone?
I'll move the extension.
Seconded.
It's been moved and properly seconded. You want to do a roll call on this one, Christine?
Councilman-
I think you do a roll call.
I'm sorry?
I think you do a roll call.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Sorry. Councilman Embarson?
Yes.
Theodore Chase?
Yes.
Robert LaCourte?
Yes.
Mahir Rafiq?
Yes.
Charles Brown?
Yes. All right. Thank you. All right. At this time, we are at public comments for general topics not pertaining to the hearing that we have tonight. Can I get a motion to open it to the public?
I'll make a motion.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All any opposed? No. All right, it's now open to the public. If you're here from the public regarding any general planning comments or topics, please step forward.
Seeing no one stepping forward, I move we close the meeting to the public.
I'll second.
All right, been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. We now move to our only hearing here tonight, Janssen Pharmaceuticals, PLN 24-0009. This is a preliminary and final major site plan with a C variance in which the applicant is proposing to construct a fire service upgrade by proposing an underground meter pit at 1 Cottontail Lane, Somerset. That is block 517.01, lot 8.03 in zone B1. Go ahead. I don't think so. Maybe the battery's dead. Try the other one.
That work?
Yes.
Good evening. For the record, Tom Malman, M-A-L-M-A-N, with Dave Pitney and Parsippany, here on behalf of Janssen Pharmaceuticals. You've described our application for us, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. We do have an application for site plan approval and bulk variance. We're proposing some structures in the front yard that for part of our fire service upgrade. On the site now, we have a Johnson & Johnson distribution facility. The building's not changing. The hours of operation are not changing. The access is not changing. We're just talking about water improvements for the building itself. So in terms of what you see now in terms of the operation, no changes at all. We have one witness to my right, Ralph Petrella. I know we've received some reports. We'll address those during his presentation. I actually received today approval from the Somerset County Planning Board. Just came in this today by coincidence. We've also filed with the DRCC. Have not yet heard back from them, but Mr. Petrella can comment on it if you have any questions, but that was filed. Just haven't received any comments yet. So unless you have any questions of me, I'll call Mr. Petrella and we'll begin.
Are there any questions of him? Or he has to be sworn in?
Sure. If you could raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're going to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
If you could state your name, spell your last name, and give us your address for the record, please.
Ralph A. Petrella. That's P as in Peter, E-T-R-E-L-L-A. I'm a professional licensed New Jersey engineer. My license is current and up to date. I work for Vanna Harvey Division of Pannoni, 103 College Road East, Princeton, New Jersey, 08540.
What type of engineer are you?
Civil.
Okay, thank you.
And you're familiar with the plans on file with the board
I am.
and with the site
I am.
and the application?
Yes, I am.
And you previously testified before planning boards, boards of adjustment in this state?
Yes, I have, and I've actually testified in front of this board
He's
for
approved.
previous.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Earl, why don't we put up the first exhibit, which is the overall site? There we go. We can mark this as A1 if that's
Counsel,
okay.
is this just a copy of what was submitted?
I think the
Yes, so this is,
Yeah, so
actually,
any-
it's the overall plan that was in there. The only difference is that we did an aerial overlay on the plan.
And if you changed it at all, then it's A1.
We'll mark it as A1.
Perfect.
So just tell us what this is, then we'll dial down to what's being proposed.
So this is the overall site for Johnson & Johnson. Here's the property line. This is Cottontail Lane. You can see here's where the parking is in the back. And this area that's boxed out is where the location of the existing meter is and where the new meter vault and hotbox are proposed.
And just, this is a corner lot, correct? We can't see Western Canal Road, but that extends to the
Correct.
right-hand
Western
side?
Canal Road is, there you go,
There we go.
right over there.
Okay.
And here's the canal.
Got it. If you can scroll back. And the site's about 11 acres, give or take.
Correct.
And you heard me indicate there's no change to the building, the operation, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So just talk about why are we here? What is this project all about?
I want to go to the next.
We should mark this as A2.
This is, yes, A2.
And this is the blow-up of the area that was in the little box on the
This
first
is
exhibit?
actually the site plan that was in the package. Again, it's just a color rendering of that plan.
Great.
So the rendering is generally just to show the area in question. This area right here is where the existing meter vault is located.
Meter vault for water service?
Meter vault for the service and, fire protection. There are two 24-inch storm pipes in this area. There's a fence, there's a sidewalk, and all the infrastructure that services the water, existing water vault come up through this area and tie into the building in this general area. So this project, again, to make sure that the site can meet the requirements and their inspections, they need to upgrade their vault. And in order to do that, they need to meet the current regulations for those
Are these
structures.
local regulations or state regulations?
Local regulations. So what we're planning on doing is we're going to remove the existing vault. There's an existing water line that's coming up here. We're going to tap off of that, come in, put the new vault in this location. The vault is actually underground, and it's just the lid that you'll see, and that's flush with grade. So you really won't see it unless you're standing near it.
So that dashed rectangle is the underground vault?
Yes, correct. That's the limits of the underground vault.
And what's in that?
That's the meter and piping which is typically found in a vault.
Okay.
And then it'll come in, and this structure here, the outer line is the actual limits of the concrete pad. The inner line and the brownish color, that is the actual hot box itself.
And what is a hot box?
So a hot box is, I guess I should have said that first. It's a backflow prevention enclosure known as a hot box. Basically, it's a heated space where the pipe comes out of the ground. There's no confined space permit for anyone that needs to maintain it. That's one of the main reasons why most of the water companies have moved towards using these structures and requiring them for backflow prevention. It keeps it out of the ground. It allows maintenance personnel to go in and access it. They do not have to go underground. I don't know if many of you know, but water vaults, a lot of times will accumulate water over time, which just adds to the concern of having people go down to maintain them. So this separates those aspects. And really what we're trying to do is just due to the size of the structures, instead of just putting it, in line where we'd have to remove, everything and then still come back over here, we just change the orientation from an east-west orientation to a north-south orientation. And as soon as we can tie into the existing infrastructure, that's what we're doing. So the main thing is that the electric is really the only real excavation work, we'll say, from the building to the hot box. All other disturbance is really going to be limited to this area.
And if this is installed, it would comply with this new ordinance you've talked about?
Yes.
Okay. What are those? I see there are 5 dots in front of the hot box. What are those?
So what those are is due to the proximity of Cottontail Lane, felt it was good to put bollards in front of it as an extra precaution. And just saying that the ground elevation here, as opposed to Cottontail Lane, is approximately 2 feet lower. So the grade slopes down towards the building. So, usually you want the grade at the building to be higher and slope out to the road. In this instance, just given the existing conditions, it currently flows to the low area.
So if this is approved and built, this would comply with the new ordinance and upgrade the service to the building?
Correct.
And that's obviously a benefit to this building and for safety?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's in this location, so is the existing front yard setback, which is the whole reason why we're actually in front of you, is 50 feet. And just for perspective, the building is set back at 57 feet. So that really leaves only 7 feet in the front yard where theoretically you could do anything without being in the front yard setback.
But in that area, you have underground piping you mentioned, drain lines, water lines, et cetera.
Yes. And then just to the north, closer to Weston Canal Road, is where we had approved the large generator and transformer project.
So is it fair to say this is really the best place to put this?
Yes, it really is. And if you wanted to relocate it, it would be a much larger project, much more disturbance. It would probably impact the tributary at the rear of the site in order to make everything work. So, fitting everything in this area really is the best choice.
Okay. You already mentioned the DRCC. That application is pending?
Yes, it is. And how we submitted that is the same as we submitted for the generator and transformer. So with the removed, since this existing vault is actually exposed above ground, that's impervious surface, and this vault being underground, we're putting lawn back. So the only real impervious surface that we're doing here is the lid, the hatch, and the hot box itself. So what we did, that would still end up being a slight increase in impervious, but there is a location at the back of the site where there's existing pavement.
Can you flip back to A1 possibly? There we go.
Right in this corner. So there's 100 square feet of dead space that really isn't utilized and can't be used. We're removing that such that the project will now have a reduction in impervious surface. And so we're, not only are we reducing the impervious to account for the water quality and recharge, it's an added benefit. The impervious that we're installing does not generate dirty runoff. However, vehicular pavement does. We're removing that, so we're increasing the water quality that's leaving the site.
So you would expect the DRCC to like that?
Yes, we would anticipate as they approve this approach under the generator and transformer project, which was much larger, they would follow suit here.
You've seen the reports we've received from the township?
Yes, I did.
There's a TRC report dated September the 4th. You've seen that at several pages?
Yes, I have.
And I won't go through it in detail, but in essence, the report suggests a number of plan revisions. In fact, there's marked up plans suggesting how your plan should be modified. Any objection to those proposed revisions?
No, there's no objections.
So we'd accept that in full?
Yes, we would work with the staff to address those. And just to note, most of those comments are, in essence, adding notes.
There's also a memo from the Franklin Township Sewer Authority. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
This is an email dated August 28th. Any concern or comment with those?
If you want to go back to the next exhibit.
This is the Sewer Authority one.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sewer Authority one. No comments on that one,
Okay.
sorry.
And then lastly, we have a letter from the Environmental Commission dated August 21, basically asking whether we can add some landscaping in front of the hot box if permitted and safe is the way it reads here.
Right.
Any comment on that?
While in general terms, we don't have a concern with doing landscaping, the one issue is that we have less than 5 feet between the right-of-way and the bollards. And, to put landscaping there, most likely would have to go into the right-of-way. So if there was no issues or concerns with doing that, we could work with staff to add some landscaping.
And the bollards are for vehicular traffic concerns? Like what are the
Yes.
bollards for? Okay.
Yes. Just in case, again, because it's lower, cars coming there, it's just added protection. You're putting in the structure. You want to make sure it's going to last a little while.
How tall is the hot box?
So the hot box itself, sitting on the pad, is 6 feet tall.
Okay. So I think with the Environmental Commission's recommendation, and you have 5 feet, I think you could probably add a few shrubs in that space. If some branches grow into the right-of-way, in time, I don't think that causes a problem as long as they're planted on the site.
Right.
So if the board is inclined, I
Yeah.
think something conditional along those lines would be suitable.
Yeah, and we can work with you to whatever appropriate shrubs you like. Something evergreen, I would imagine.
I think that's the intent of their recommendation, yep.
In between the bollards.
It can be done. I have no further questions. Any questions for the witness or for me?
Did you address was there anything in the county planning board memo?
They basically said that there's no impact on drainage or traffic, so they had no comment.
All right, thank you.
What about pedestrian safety? No one having an ability to run onto the site, fall in? What sort of protections do you have against that? Is it a secure thing? Like you have protections for if a car runs and hit it, right?
So there's no sidewalk. Right,
Okay,
so,
but you don't
but
need a sidewalk to come on
it's-
site.
No. So
Right.
it's outside of the fence. It's not inside the fence. Just like the water current vault is.
Okay,
And it'll be the same way. I believe there'll potentially be locks on it so that only maintenance personnel can
Okay.
get to it.
The point of a hot box is to keep water from freezing when it's going through that.
Well, the reason why the hot box is heated is to keep it from freezing because typically the pipes are underground, but a hot box brings the pipes
Yeah.
above ground. And so it's heated, and that's why you do the enclosure, to keep it heated in the cold months. So yeah, so the pipes won't freeze.
Good.
have you considered wrapping it with art? Have you seen those wrappings? Like traffic boxes that are wrapped with a visual art piece on it?
Honestly, no, I have not.
I think you should. If it's going to, you say 6 feet? How tall is it?
Well, it's 6 feet tall, but put it in perspective, the generator is about 14 feet tall,
Oh,
right? And it's actually, like I said, it's about 2 feet lower than the road. So if you're at the road, it's actually going to appear to be only 4 feet tall.
okay. Okay.
But just so you know, and I forgot to mention this, that the color of the hot box will be complementary to the existing building, similar to what was done for the generator.
Like a tannish color, right?
Something along those lines. You know, each manufacturer, they have their own colors, so just to give you a specific color, I really can't do
Yeah.
that. That's why it's complementary to the building.
Great.
Any other questions?
Any questions? No questions. Any other people coming forward?
That's all that we have.
All right. Is there a motion from anyone?
I'll make the
Oh, no,
motion.
we have to open to the public, my bad. Yeah, motion to open it to the public.
Seconded.
Been moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none is now open to the public. Anyone here from the public tonight? Seeing none, I move to close the public portion of this.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None? Okay. All right, so can we get a motion for this?
So moved.
Been moved and properly seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Wait,
Well,
who
we have
moved
to have
it?
Roll call.
Oh, she's not, she's.
Council, okay.
Council
I
moved it.
didn't hear, and then Bob LaCourte seconded,
Bob
right?
seconded.
Yes,
And
So
you
we're gonna
don't
do a
need
roll
to-
call.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do? That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yes, please.
Councilman Abarson?
Yes.
Theodore Chase?
Yes.
Bob LaCourte?
Yes.
Mahir Rafik?
Yes.
Charles Brown?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry for the wait. It was probably longer than your application took.
Yeah.
They found out about sports and baseball.
Yeah. All right.
why it's a hot box.
We still got a few more things, then we can just do casual talk. No committee reports, right, Mark? Nothing there? No work session, new business, right?
Nope.
All right. So a motion to adjourn?
So,
Seconded.
Been moved and probably second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you all.
okay, so the next meeting is October 2nd here in this building, and I think it's Hamilton Street Management is coming back. For those of you, I'll check.